so I'm gonna talk about, um, I'm gonna make a video every now and then. This is about um, immigrants, the immigrants. These like the immigrants that you see. Um, how one black guy was beating up like 10 immigrants. This happened in jail. The black guy is somebody I know from Brooklyn, but at that particular time, I know he was always a live nigga. You know what I'm saying? I know he was always a live nigga, but he tend to switch and go. He's had his size. He's like my height, probably a little probably not as stocky, not as his weight is not as up as mine's. But at that time, he had his weight up all the time. He always had his weight up. So I ain't gonna lie. So I always knew he was a live wire. You know, so I always knew you know how to fight. But he always was jumping into game to game. He'll be blood. He'll be crip. He'll be folk. He'll be everything. You know what I'm saying? So one time, I remember him from Brooklyn. He wasn't. He was in one gang. You know what I'm saying? Then I lived out in Long Island at a particular time. So when I see him in Long Island, I'm in Long Island jail, and that jail is like it's not as many weapons. At that time, it was like 2002, 2001. So they had as many weapons as it is now. So you have to have a knuckle check. You have to. If you don't have a knuckle check, your ass is grass. Or you can. Some niggas hot up under that gang shit. You know what I'm saying? They get right as soon as they hit the system. Like a lot of times, a nigga might have issues with gang members, and the niggas might want to join the gang because it's just feel the pressure. The pressure's too much, so you join the gang. Like, if you liable in jail, you liable to get into some shit with anybody. It depends on you. If you're a live nigga, you gonna like you more than likely you gonna get into some shit with somebody, unless you're gonna be a humble nigga and lay back and let niggas talk shit and nah. So if you're a live nigga, you always gonna get into some shit, regardless of what. That's mandatory. You're gonna get to at least one or two. Depends on you. Like sometimes you gotta think for the next person. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have that talent, so they automatically react, and that sometimes that's what was called for. But I'm gonna talk about this one nigga that was pretty much every gang. He joined every gang, from juvenile to the streets. He's everything. He was blood, crip, folk, all that. I'm saying at that particular time, he was at one. He was in a gang. So I'm not gonna say what gang he was part of. All I know he joined his gang. He joined his gang, but he's not pussy. But he's not a money getting nigga either. You know what I'm saying? But he's not pussy though. So I was in one house, and across the hall there was the Poppy house. They had the MS-13 niggas. They had like no blacks on that tip. You know what I'm saying? So it was like eight, nine of these niggas. It was 8, 9 MS-13s across the hall. Okay. My house I lived in, the house that I was in, had like 18 cells, and I was alive as well. I was a live wire, so I'm a God body at that time. Always God body, but I was God body, and anybody can get it. Anybody. Doesn't matter if you're a gang or not, you can get it. You can try to get popped off on. So any gang member that came in, I was probably pop more like that. I was popping off on. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got down. So, but across the hall, it was the MS-13 gang. They had like 7 of them niggas, and they didn't have any blacks on their tier, which is the MS-13 tier. So they just so happened to put the black nigga, the nigga that I said that joins every gang. They put him across the hall. Okay, and I remember him and how he got down, and he was like real staticky and shit like that. And from what I know is he's part of a gang. You know what I'm saying? For I know he's part of a gang that's an Octa MS-13. So, I let the niggas know, like, yo, I just threw a sign to let the niggas know that, yo, that nigga is such and such. You know what I'm saying? So, I set it all up. I already know. They would let him live until I told them niggas that he was an op. Or if he was a foe or a nigga that just gotta look at that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I threw the sign to let the niggas know, yo, get that nigga out of there. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga, they started. I was watching the shit. That shit happened. Like as soon as I said the word, them niggas is, it was on that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he came. He was ready. You know what I'm saying? And he just started popping up. Boop, hitting one of them. Boop. He was hitting niggas with one hit. And dazing them niggas. Not dazing them niggas, dropping them. He like, boop, boop, boop. He beat all them niggas up. I'm like, what the fuck? He fucking knocked all them fucking MS-13 niggas out. Them niggas didn't have no weapons on them. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to jump the nigga. If not that, they was trying to hit the nigga with a soap and a shot. But that shit did not work, because this nigga's my height. I was 6'1" at that time. He was 6'1" too. He was 6'1". He was about the same. So he was old. Like I said, he was always a live wire. But he didn't get fly. He's a bum ass nigga, and he was the type that don't take showers. One of them type of niggas, one dirty niggas. Don't take showers, but he know how to get violent. You know what I'm saying? So there was always some type of. So after that situation, he beat all them niggas up, and before you know it, the police, the correction officers came in and he finished all them niggas. They came in and packed them up and moved them off that tier. So I was like, oh damn, man. I'm like, all right, well I respect it. I already kind of knew he was a live wire, and I probably knew that I was want to see how this shit was gonna work out. And they beat all them niggas up. I'm like, oh man. So this is kind of like on the situation, the story about the girl that got set on fire. I'm like, I swear to God, he could not do that to no hood bitch. Them bitches would beat that nigga up. Like, hood bitches, see, this is why some people know how to fight more than others. Like, a lot of black niggas can be whipping out white niggas because a lot of black niggas start fighting at a young age. You know, from coming out to mama's house, and you eventually get into a situation with somebody, you know, probably in the playground or somebody in your building, you know what I'm saying? So unlike most white kids, they come in from a house, and as soon as they're able to come out the house, they don't be exposed to a potential fight. Probably they get exposed to a potential fight probably in their teens. It depends on what school they went to, you know what I'm saying? But they may be exposed, but not as young as the black person, the black male, or the black female. So, the girl got set on fire, the white girl, but she don't know that she could have popped off on that nigga and he would have fell back. And I'm saying that, but she was sleeping on the train and he lit on fire. But in any event, like, all you gotta do is swing wild crazy at a nigga, bro. Most niggas like most niggas that know how to fight will cower up. You know what I'm saying? Even if a bitch do it. So that's all I'm trying to say. I'm just basically talking about the little immigrant niggas that couldn't beat up one nigga. It was 7 to 8 of these niggas, they couldn't beat them up. You know what I'm saying? Because they was short. They was like 5'6", 5'5". So nigga 6 feet tall. So he was able to whip them all out. You know what I'm saying? And when the dust is clear, all them niggas was hurt. And yeah, so that was one of them chapters in my life where I never thought that I had my mother, I had some type of support, but I never thought that I would be the person who I am today, because I was like, they was always telling me that I wouldn't make it to 21, and you know, but I was like kind of believing in, and I was like, oh, you're gonna be in and out of jail, and I kind of believed all that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that shit was basically, so I'm like, I might as well just go on about that's just going on about, like at 2001, it wasn't that many non-New York gangs in New York. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of New York gangsters that was still out. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of niggas either turned Muslim or they tried to just turn Muslim. You know what I'm saying? They didn't jack West Coast. They didn't start claiming blood or Crip. You know what I'm saying? They got some still niggas that still God body, but you know, I don't know what I was gonna say about something. I had something in mind about this show. Yeah, so I don't know. That's basically it.